Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. My name is Mal and I make glitter tumbler tutorials here on YouTube every single week. I am so glad that you're here. In today's tutorial, we are going to be making a Valentine's Day tumbler, and I'm going to be using patterned vinyl from the December Vinyl Cottage mystery box. When I got this box in the mail, I was so inspired. Every print, every decal, I was just like, yes, 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 yes. And I picked out 2 prints from the box to put together, and then we're going to use a decal from Create by Firefly to kind of tie everything together. This is a super easy technique to do if you have cups that you need to get done quickly, or if you've got a craft fair or something coming up and you kind of need to get designs done fast. This would be a great design option for you. Now, if you missed out on the Vinyl Cottage mystery box in December, she does list all of the prints individually, so if you want to pick these prints up or any other ones, I will have her linked down below in the description box, and you can use my discount code, of course, to save 10%. I'll also have links to everything else I'm using in this video as well. If you like the video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already so you don't miss any of my new videos. Okay, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's go! We are going to jump right in with a 20-ounce skinny straight tumbler from Craft Haven, one of my absolute favorite styles. It's a classic. And we're going to be using these 2 sheets of vinyl from the December Vinyl Cottage mystery box. This mystery box was so good. So these stripes are called Lovely Pink Stripes, and then this checkerboard pattern is called Twisted Checks, and that pattern is like completely my vibe right now. I can't even explain to you how much I love that. So we are going to make this pattern the bulk of our tumbler design here. We're not going to do an even 50-50 split. We're going to do kind of like a 75-25 deal here. So I'm going to put this on around my cup and just kind of measure where I want that vinyl to end. And then I'm going to take my paper trimmer and trim that vinyl down. And I'm going to have enough, luckily, to make another cup. I'm definitely going to because I love this pattern so much. I can't even tell you. So I'm also going to cut off the white border from one edge of the vinyl. The other borders or the other edges will cut off when we trim off all of our excess after we've got the vinyl on the cup. So I'm just going to wrap this around. I'm keeping the backing on for now. I'm going to wrap this around and just secure it to my cup with a piece of blue painter's tape. And I'm doing this so that I can measure that bottom section of my tumbler and cut down this striped vinyl to fit that section. So I'm going to cut off the white edge border from the top section of my vinyl, and then I'm going to wrap this vinyl around and do the exact same thing. I'm just going to make a little cut where I want to trim the vinyl off. Now I like to leave a little bit of excess anytime I'm doing a vinyl wrap, just in case my measurements are off, just in case I don't do something right. But we are going to trim the edge of the vinyl off, so you don't have to leave excess if you don't want to. We're going to glitter the bottom of our cup, so we can leave a little bit of excess stainless steel down there. It just is all personal preference on how you want to apply your vinyl. So I'm going to trim my vinyl down to size, and then I'm going to apply it to my tumbler, starting with that top piece. So I'm going to take my Ultimate Tumbler tool. This is from CAMIPAIGE Boutique. I have it linked down in the description box in all of my videos. I love these tumbler tools so much. You guys know that already. I use them all the time. But I'm going to draw a straight line on my cup, and that's going to help me place my vinyl on straight so that we don't have wonky seams when all is said and done. So I'm going to peel back about 1 inch of the backing and then put that edge lined up with the straight line. You might have to do a little bit of finagling. This one gave me a little bit of trouble. But once you get it, you'll adhere that little sliver of vinyl that has the adhesive exposed, and then you will smooth the vinyl onto your cup. You can use a felt edge squeegee, or you can use your fingers, whatever you prefer. And once we get to the point where our 2 ends meet, I'm going to cut off all the excess vinyl, and I just cut it in a little bit of a wavy line just to kind of help camouflage the seams a little bit. And then I'm going to go right into my bottom piece of vinyl, and I'm going to lay the top edge, that top straight edge of our vinyl, with the bottom straight edge of the top piece of vinyl. So that will hopefully help us lay everything really even and straight as well. And now one thing that I didn't even think about doing when I was applying this vinyl is lining up my seams so that they're all in the same spot on the tumbler. I totally just like didn't even consider that when I was doing this. I think I was just too excited, but that's something I would pay attention to, keeping all of your seams on your cup in one place so you have a true like front and back. But I noticed after I put this on, and we end up covering it up, you can't see the bottom seam anyway, so it worked out just fine, but I would pay attention to that. So I'm just going to smooth the vinyl onto the cup the same way I did the top piece, cut off the excess little white border, and now I'm going to move up to the top rim of the cup so that I can cut off all of this excess up here. I always recommend using a new blade on your craft knife. It will make trimming off all of this excess vinyl so much easier. So I'm going to shave off this excess here, and then I'm going to move to the bottom of the cup, and I'm just going to take my knife and kind of cut off all of this excess that I left really roughly, and then we're going to take our cup edging tool, also from CAMIPAIGE Boutique, and we're just going to trim off all of that excess vinyl at the bottom rim. It's going to leave us with a really nice clean bottom so that we can glitter it. Now, before we go in with our first coat of epoxy, I'm going to do all of my steps at once. I'm going to make this really easy and really quick. So I'm taking a strip of champagne gold textured metallic vinyl from TeckWrap Craft, and I'm going to put that in the middle where our two sheets of vinyl meet. And then I'm going to go right over the top of that with this decal. This is from Create by Firefly. It says love more, worry less, and it's got a little smiley face, which I love. So I'm going to place that right over the seam of that bottom striped piece of vinyl. I'm going to just line everything up with the seam, and in the end, you can't even tell that the seam is there. So once I've got all of that on, I'm going to go into a coat of epoxy. The coat was about 20 milliliters. It doesn't need to be a thick coat. Once that was all cured, I was ready to go down to the bottom and finish that. So I'm going to take some electrical tape, and I'm going to take away a little bit of the stickiness from the tape. Sometimes electrical tape is like super duper sticky, and it can cause your epoxy to lift off your vinyl. So I like to take a little bit of the stickiness away just by rubbing it on my fingers or patting it on my clothes or whatever to get a little bit of that taken away. So I'm going to tape off this very bottom rim of our tumbler, just staying in line with the bottom edge of our vinyl. And then I'm going to take a couple more pieces of painter's tape and just tape off this bottom portion so I don't get any spray paint overspray where I don't want it. I am taking away a little bit of the stickiness with my painter's tape as well, just to be safe. And I'm going to paint the bottom of my cup with Prickly Pear from Rustoleum. It's a really pretty bright pink. So once I've got that on, I let it dry about 40 minutes. And now I'm going in with the Crystalac glitter glue as the adhesive for my glitter. Just a very thin coat. I'm just using like a tiny little bit. And the glitter we are going to use is Elle Woods from Peachy Olive Glitters. And now I'll be honest, this color, when I first got it, I was like, I don't really like this color. But lately, I have been all about the Elle Woods life. I don't know what awakened in me, but I love this color. This tone of pink is like really fitting my vibe right now. I don't know. And it goes so well with the vinyl up top. I'm just like very into it. So if you see Elle Woods in the future a lot, this is your warning. I love it so much. So after I've got the bottom of the cup glittered, I'm going to very carefully and slowly remove all of my tape, and then I'm going to set my cup aside and let it dry overnight. And once the cup is completely dry, all of that glitter glue is dry. Make sure you let it sit long enough and be completely dry. I'm going to go in and seal the glitter. And when I seal my glitter, I use a mixture of the glitter glue and water. I just do a 50-50 mixture. I find that it makes the glitter glue go a little bit further, and you can just seal things a whole lot easier. So I'm going to seal the bottom glitter of this tumbler, and then I'm going to go in with my final coats of epoxy. So that is it for this tutorial, you guys. Here is the final result. I want to give a huge shout out to my mom, Manny, for filming this final footage for me. I'm out of town right now and forgot to do that. So I want to give a huge shout out to my mom. I love you, and I hope you guys like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, love you. Bye.
Yes. Subscribe to the channel.